Hello, my name's Harriet, and I just thought I'd send a little video to just tell you about the wonderful work that All About Speech Therapy does. Our journey started when my little boy was around the age of 2, and we knew there were things that were sort of different about his speech and development. We were on long waiting lists to see anybody in the NHS, and we were at a bit of a loss that we'd been trying all the techniques and all the strategies that had been advised to help with those sort of early communication skills and learning new words, and it just felt like everything just wasn't really working for him. And along my extensive research, I came across the idea of verbal dyspraxia, and everything that I read really kind of resonated with the journey that we'd experienced. So I mentioned this when we finally got saw by our NHS therapists, and along the journey there was a lot of putting faith and trust in the kind of professionals that they were addressing that, meeting needs. They identified that that's possibly the route that we're going down, but just saw very little progress, a real sort of acceptance and understanding around verbal dyspraxia, at which point we reached out to All About Speech Therapy and kind of got the advice and support from Karen and the team, and instantly as a parent I felt listened to and valued, and rather than kind of fighting against what I was trying to say that I thought my son needed in support, really embracing and listening to what we as parents had to say. And I guess one of the key factors or the key things that make All About Speech Therapy so special and unique is that they really value and listen to what parents experience, and it goes way beyond what they're seeing in clinic, that it's that bigger holistic picture of that child's communication needs. And I instantly felt relief, and then following the assessment, which from my kind of realization that it was verbal dyspraxia, him just turning 2, to then a diagnosis of verbal dyspraxia when he was just about to turn 4, I cannot explain the relief that I felt. And Karen and the team just instantly made me feel affirmation really for what we'd been fighting for. And like I say, since their involvement, I've just seen my son's speech go from strength to strength, and it's all because of that sort of personal relationship that they build to really listen, hear the things that you're talking about in their spontaneous speech, then instantly acting on that. It honestly is mind-blowing how once somebody takes the time to hear you and hear your voice, the impact and difference that can make. And alongside from that, there's other sort of needs with Teddy, and there's other investigations in terms of other areas of learning that he finds difficult, but all the team embrace that and understand that and adapt their practice. So my son needs lots of movement breaks, eye contact's very challenging, so they think of such dynamic and different ways based on his interests to make sessions engaging. And again, building that rapport and relationship. My son loves having what we call talking therapy, and talks about his therapist all the time. And again, as a parent, that just is amazing, that seeing something that is hard work for him as an enjoyable experience because they've built those connections and those relationships. And in a system and in a space where as parents we do feel quite isolated and alone, and that we're constantly fighting a battle and a system who's trying to disprove that your child has needs and to not want to support that. All About Speech Therapy have been the complete opposite, and have been a haven and someone who as a parent I feel massively supported by, and who are not only advocating for my son but advocating for us as a family. So I cannot sing their praises enough. They are well worth the support, and the proof is in the fact that my child is making such amazing progress.